Hello, and welcome to part 3 of my XCOM Classic Ironman series. So here we are at the beginning of our first recovery mission in terms of recovering an alien ship that's been shot down. As usual, I'm going to check the boundaries here and get a sense of where the level extends out into, so I have a good idea of where to move my soldiers as I move in towards the alien crash site. Now, one thing that I've found to generally be the case is that when you see like flaming wreckage and such things in the level, that's probably a pretty good indication that that's the direction that the alien craft is in. So I'm going to use that knowledge to my advantage here and also move up the sniper into a potential overwatch position so that as I move my other soldiers up, they'll be able to keep an eye on them. Now, one thing I can do here is make a more aggressive initial move just to try to expose any aliens that might be in the vicinity. It's a little bit of a risk, but I'm going to take it just for the sake of seeing if this initial area is secure. Okay, so there is our first group of aliens. You can see we've got 2 sectoids here. Now we've got our sniper in half cover, so they should be at least relatively well protected during the alien turn and have an opportunity to countershoot in their next turn. That also gives us a really clear idea of where the aliens are, so we can move our other units accordingly. So what I probably want to do, at least for right now, is move all these guys into supportive positions as much as possible that still allow for overwatch so that if the aliens do move into view, I can get some free shots off. So let's just try to get everybody up here and on overwatch and see how the alien turn plays out. Unfortunately, I can't actually move this character into a real solid overwatch spot. Probably my best bet's going to be here to back up the sniper. And let's see what happens. So as is typical of these initial sectoid encounters, you've got one buffing the other one. So when they come in a group of 2 like this, you really only have to worry about one shot being taken. So as you can see here, I was not hit by that shot, so I'm still at full health, and now I have the opportunity to countershoot that alien. Only a 55% chance, but given that this is a sniper, let's give it a shot. Nice. So now we know there's another alien up there that was the one that buffed the one I just killed. So we need to move up into that area in a somewhat cautious manner, but we can be at least a little bit presumptuous in the way we move, knowing pretty much where he is and that our soldiers should be able to take up positions that allow them to really take him to school if he's foolish enough to step out into their line of sight while they're on overwatch. Even on overwatch, I'm not going to get great percentage chances on these shots, but what I'm hoping to do is make up for it in number. So potentially having 3 overwatch shots here if the alien steps out into view might give me enough of a shot to actually take them out. That missed. Another miss. Oh, but there's a deadly shot. So again, making up for the low to hit percentage chance with just sheer volume of Overwatch shots. Now, one thing that would probably be a good idea is for me to do reloads on all three, basically on everybody, since I had to expend ammo on all three of these units while they were overwatching. So what I'll probably do is just have the sniper overwatch for a round while everybody else reloads. I could also move them up a bit. I think that would be a relatively safe thing to do, just so they're making a little more progress towards what's likely to be the crash site. I think what I'm going to do, though, is have this soldier work on a flanking maneuver and reload. And this is basically just so that they don't have to do it in mid-combat, so that I can have them concentrate on maneuvering and getting into appropriate positions and taking shots and not have to worry about spending time reloading later. Even though they've only expended a fraction of their ammo, I'd just rather have them topped off and ready to go for the most part. Unfortunately, there's no really good cover positions here. What I think I'm going to do is... here we go. This will work. We'll come back down here with the sniper and reload.
Ready to engage.
Alright. So now what I'll probably do in the next turn is move the sniper up and reload, since the other guys will all be able to overwatch on their next moves. Looking ahead, I think I have a pretty good idea of where the enemy ship is, but we'll need to move in a little closer to verify that absolutely. Not really seeing too many good cover opportunities here, unfortunately, but can make use of this tree at least. We'll go ahead and let you reload. Alright, now let's have this soldier continue to work the flank. See if there's another group of aliens over here I need to worry about. See if we get any indication of where the aliens might be. No, not really. Oh, but now we have eyes on the ship, so we've identified that that is our intended destination. I think what I'm going to do is have the sniper move last and dictate their move based on what happens with these other soldiers. I'm going to continue working this left flank. It's moving into a new cover position. Keep working on Overwatch there. It looks like to get into a proper cover position here, I'm going to need to dash. Actually, dash quite a distance. What I think I may do is have both of these soldiers concentrate on the left side and have my sniper and the other rookie come up the middle. This is a bit of a risky move, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see what we can see. Okay, so that didn't expose any new aliens. Good to know. Bring this soldier up on Overwatch. And let's get our sniper. Now that we know this area is nice and secure, we can make a more decisive move with our sniper, say up to here. Alright, so we got an audio indicator. We got alien activity in the ship. Alright. So again, let's move our rookies, our regular soldiers first. Get them where we want them to be. Looks like I'm going to need to make a more aggressive move to get this soldier into cover, which is fine. Do that. Okay, now with this soldier, we actually have the opportunity to get line of sight into the crashed UFO, which seems like a pretty good idea to me. I think what I'm going to do though is move to this corner cover so that if I do get a shot at an alien here, I'm not standing, in a place where I'm not covered. I want to make sure that when I do achieve line of sight with the alien, I'm in a cover spot so I can just take a shot if it becomes available.
To withstand an impact like that, at such a velocity, the materials used in that vessel's hull must be at least an order of magnitude beyond any element we know of.
Okay, so no indication of visibility within the craft. Let's look at this other soldier's ability to move in here. And we don't really have a good solid idea of what's going on the right side here. There may be aliens over here to take care of, so I'm going to move in here and see what we can spot. So there's another group of 2. And I have a shot, so let's see what our percentages are like. 45, not great, but a lot better than 25, so let's take that. And that's a situation where having reloaded previously, it makes that shot a lot easier to take because now I'm just where I would have been ammo-wise had I not reloaded. So that was kind of a free shot as a result of that reload. I guess what I'll do is set up the sniper to back up the rookie here so that I can keep those guys on the other side. And again, because I can't overwatch with a sniper this new with the rifle, I'll switch to the pistol just so I can put them on overwatch in case the aliens step into range. And we'll keep him on overwatch as well. Yeah, it's a miss for the aliens. That's good news. And another complete miss. Excellent. Okay, so now here we have the sniper able to take a shot. It's only a 35% chance with the pistol. Let's see if we switch to the rifle, what we get. Still only a 35% shot, but probably worth taking. You figure that's like a 1 in 3 chance. And I'm in solid cover here and don't really want to move any closer, so let's see what we can do.
Negative damage.
Unfortunately, a total miss. Okay, so given that we know the aliens are headed in this direction, and that we've got a guy covering this doorway over here, I'm going to move over here and see if I can set up a potential firing position to work from. See if I can get line of sight off of this corner. No, but that should be a good overwatch opportunity. I don't think I'm going to be in range for a grenade here. Let me just check the range real quick. It's close, but not close enough. So we will go on to Overwatch. Only a 25% chance on that shot. They both fired on their last turn, so they can't be on Overwatch. So I do have an opportunity to move in here and get a little closer and maybe harass them a bit more effectively. Let's do that.
Positive
Our
enemy
readings
contact.
can't be right.
Ah,
If they were,
so we've got the
there's a being of almost
outsider coming in here. So if I'm going to take a shot, that 29 is probably my best bet, but I think what I've also done is potentially move myself into grenade range, and I think I'd rather do that because it's more of a sure thing. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grenade this guy, so that's one less we have to worry about. We'll see if we can get lucky and catch that other one with the edge of that blast wave.
Going out.
No, so no damage on the one in the back, but a kill for the one in the front. So not too bad.
Incoming over here.
Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. So that's going to be a soldier in critical health condition. So if I don't finish this mission before they expire, I'm going to lose that soldier, unfortunately. So we definitely want to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. Alright, let's check our percentages. Only a 25. I think what I may need to do is Rambo this a little bit and just get myself into a situation where I'm guaranteed some good shots. The problem with that is going to be achieving a flank on that guy, achieving a shot on that guy without exposing myself to immediate damage is going to be pretty tough. So I think what I want to do is work this from the back forward in terms of which guys I use. Let's see if... Well, the problem I have here right now is that my proximity to the outsider is so close. I mean, the only thing I might be able to do is get around behind him and get inside that building, like get behind him and flank him. This is gonna be a tough decision here for me. What I think I can do is maybe come to this point, which would be good cover for this other alien, and then in the process of doing that, get behind the outsider for the flanking shot. Yeah, so what that should be is a real high percentage chance on him. Let's see if we can take him out. Unfortunate that that wasn't a killing shot. I think what we really need to do at this point is just set this up in such a way that I get a guaranteed kill on the outsider, so that the other alien is the last one that I have to deal with. I think the only real way to do that is going to be to move in basically right into his face. The thing is, I don't want to give the sectoid an easy shot on my guy if I do manage to take this outsider out. I'm wondering, you know what I think? I think I'm going to just run in on the sectoid with a grenade, knowing that the grenade will kill him for sure, and I'll go into this position so that I'm covered from the outsider. Just think about this in terms of positioning a little bit. I'm just wondering if this is going to be close enough for the grenade to reach. I think it should be. Let's see. Oh, wait, this guy doesn't even have a grenade. I'm a fool for doing that. That was very foolish. I forgot that this guy had already used his grenade in the previous round. Okay. Well, that's probably going to be a big problem. That's going to be a big problem. But let's not dwell on that. Let's see if we can get lucky and finish off this outsider so that he doesn't get to take a shot, because he definitely will mess my guys up if he does. Alright, let me try this. See if we can get close enough. Yeah, that should catch him nicely. Okay, so now the only question becomes, do I shoot or do I go to cover? With a 25% chance, that seems like a pretty obvious answer. We're going to go to cover.
Incoming fire!
Okay, I've probably only got one round left to save my sniper's life before they expire, so I really need to do anything I can to try to take that sectoid out before this round ends, and that might involve taking some risks. In terms of leaving myself exposed a little bit. Let's get a look at what the outside of the ship looks like here. Question is, can I get far enough with this soldier to take a flanking shot on the sectoid? Well, it looks like this is a cover spot. So let's see if that will work. See if this will do the trick. No, so that wall is solid. It's too complete for me to do anything with it, which is unfortunate, which means I need to come around here to try to backflank him on the next turn. Let's just check my percentage. 45. I can't really count on being able to move in any closer because, as you can see, I've got no cover options here within shooting range. So I'm going to take this and hope for the best.
Nailed him. Chalk up another one.
Alright, thankfully was able to get that taken care of before the sniper bled out, so I don't lose anybody, take everybody out. Didn't use any explosives inside the ship, so all the stuff inside the ship, with the exception of the little edge that got caught, taking out the outsider with that grenade, should be pretty intact. So, all things considered, a pretty good mission. I would have liked for the sniper to get a kill and work towards their next level up, but with the rookies having to do a lot of the heavy lifting, they should be eligible for promotions that much sooner. And not losing any units is always a good thing. Yeah, so we've got a pretty seriously wounded sniper, but we've also got 3 promoted units.
Just
So
like it sounds, the support class provides that intangible edge our squads need. They make everyone around them better.
yeah, so now we have a support unit as a result of that as well. Okay, so that's going to give us a new cool. Yeah, new heavy. And let's see if we get a new sniper. Yeah, so we get a new sniper to replace the one who's wounded, at least temporarily. So that'll be good. So all things considered, that could have gone a lot worse. Oh, and actually the sniper did get a kill during that mission, because they got that first alien shot that I'd forgotten about. So actually they did make some progress towards their next level up, despite being injured. So, good times. So when you start raiding the alien craft, be them ones that you've shot down or ones that you just find around the planet, you start getting a lot of equipment in bulk, like a lot of items that you don't normally get, like the UFO flight computer. There's the damaged flight computer. Now that could have been damaged from the crash. It also could have been damaged from the explosive that I used. But the good thing about the damaged ones is usually anything that's damaged you can just sell for money. So even though this stuff is damaged, we're still going to get money out of it from the gray market, which will be extremely helpful. Okay, so let's do our base building business, get ready for the next mission, and then wrap this thing up. So I guess what I'll do is start out with the gray market, so we can just take a look at what we've got out of that.
In acquiring some of the artifacts we've recovered. However, we should be careful in choosing what items we release. The research team may not have discovered their true value yet.
So as you can see here, it'll always indicate when an item is not of any research value and can be freely sold. So obviously we have the 30 simoleons here and the 20 simoleons we're going to get for these 2 damaged pieces. So that'll definitely help us out in terms of giving us some more money to work with to be able to do things we need to do around the base. So definitely whenever you get the opportunity to sell things on the gray market, you're going to want to do it. There might come a time when you have to sell things that you maybe could use for something else, but that's something you should try to avoid doing unless it's absolutely necessary, because a lot of these things don't come along very often and aren't necessarily easy to replace. So try to limit your use of the gray market to these safe items as much as possible. Alright, so having taken care of that, now looking at our panic levels really briefly, we still have Argentina as our closest, most pressing concern. As we get closer to the end of the month, we'll have to look at this as a possible satellite deployment, but we'll have to see whether or not that's actually something we need to do. It's still a little early in the month, and we still have some work to do to be able to launch that satellite, so we're not quite ready to make that decision yet anyway, because as you can see here, we still got 15 days to build our first additional satellite, so that'll be the soonest that we can actually address that panic issue in Argentina, unless a weapon or a mission happens to come up before then. But we still have 26 days to the council meeting, so plenty of time to work with. Now, at this point in the game, we probably want to at least consider our building strategy for the base. So let's go to engineering and take a quick
The
look
new
at how
engineers
things are
arrived this morning,
breaking
Commander.
down.
We're always glad to have more help down here. We've still got some room to grow up here, but if we really want to expand our facilities, we're going to have to start excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately, the deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
So considering that we just got 50 extra dollars to work with here, I'm going to do a little bit of preemptive work on the base just to get a few things that'll be helpful to us up and running. I'm going to dig out this last area, because that's only $10. And I'm also going to get working on this access lift, just so we have it for when we need it and we want to start digging out things below. Again, there's that 50 that we just made, so we're just going to use that to get this access lift going.
I'll send word when the new facility is operational.
So what that basically means is that we've got 190 left at the moment to work with. Now, one thing we definitely want to consider doing is looking at getting additional services online. Like right now, the most important thing we could probably build is an additional workshop, because that's going to allow us to get more engineers online and save us money and just improve our state for the most part. So I think that's probably the most important thing for me to do right now. So that's what I'm going to start out with here. It's just getting us a workshop online. And the reason I'm building the workshop over here is so that I can potentially stack one on top of the other, and I can also keep this quadrant clear for satellite uplinks, because we want to take advantage of the adjacency bonus as much as possible, so that you at least have satellite uplinks on this side and this side of the one we already have, so we get the most bang for our buck out of the uplinks. Similarly, I probably want to build power generators in this quadrant leading up to a thermo generator for the steam vent. So that's basically the short version of my initial build strategy. Now obviously there's going to be some facilities we need to build that are probably going to take up some of these squares, just because we're going to need things like alien containment and other facilities that are necessary to advancing the game and keeping us on track for our council reports. But for the most part, I'm thinking satellite uplinks and workshops on this side, power generation, and whatever on this side. Maybe these will be our slots for our additional buildings, which is the other reason I want to clear this out right away, so that if we do get to the point where we need to build the alien containment facility, we have a quick and easy place to build it that's not going to interfere with what we're doing in these other segments. But you can see, with that plan in mind, that's why it's important to get this lift built right away and start clearing out these holes so that we have options in terms of where we put facilities as we need them. All right. So the next thing, there's probably going to be a little bit more base stuff in this episode than in the past ones, because we're getting to the point in the game where there's just more to do with regard to that stuff. But the other thing we want to probably look at this point is the barracks, and we want to look at how many soldiers we have active versus how many we have injured. So we've got basically a full squad's worth injured for at least the next 5 days of game time. Now we have plenty of guys, and really this is an ideal situation we have right now, because we have 3 leveled up units and a rookie, and that'll make a good team composition for our next mission. So we'll have the support, this heavy, and the sniper, and a rook, and we'll be able to hopefully get the rookie leveled up and get these guys leveled up and closer to proficiency. Now that we do have a support unit, it's probably a good time to build a medic kit so the support unit can make use of it. Obviously any unit can use a medical kit, but since the support tree actually allows the one upgrade to turn 1 medical kit into 3 and do things like reviving instead of just stabilizing, I tend to reserve the medical kits for the support characters for the most part. And again, I'm only just going to build 1 because that's all we need right now. I'm not going to build more than I need. That's a classic mistake that you can make that'll really mess you up in this game long term is if you end up spending money when you don't need to. You end up not having the money when you need it. So for right now, I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's go ahead and scan, and we'll probably get our next research option before the next attack comes. All right, so now we can assign new research. Let's go ahead and look at what our potential options are. Yeah, so there's the scope upgrade, which I was hoping for. We can build one of those for our sniper. And it looks like we did not trigger the live capture mission yet. So again, if we want to avoid that event and we want to just keep on working on some more of this basic stuff and getting some more things built, let's concentrate on some other facets while we have the time to do that. 24 days to beam weapons. That's probably a little bit too long to have to wait for those right now. I think if we knock out another one of these options, we can maybe get to beam weapons a little faster when we have a few more scientists on board. Let's go ahead and grab these alien materials because that's only 8 days of research. And let's just check. Yeah, it would be the same for xenobiology. So let's do the alien materials, get that out of the way.
I'm still having a hard time grasping what it is the aliens are hoping to accomplish here. Are they studying us? Why abduct humans seemingly at random? There must be a pattern that we haven't established yet.
Indeed there is, but we won't spoil that. Okay, so back here, let's continue scanning. Let's get ourselves ready for our next mission. Okay, so there's our access lift, which means we've also gained the ability to start digging out that bottom level. Again, we don't have a ton of extra money right now, and we do have a couple things we need to buy. Like we need to buy the scope for our sniper, so they have access to use that in the next fight. So I'm going to refrain from digging these out. I'll probably wait until the council meeting or the next time we grab some unexpected money to do that. Let's first look at building that scope before I forget about it. Not too expensive. And okay, yeah, that's all we need to worry about from engineering right now. You know what, we'll go ahead and start that excavation on one side. We'll start on the side that's already going to connect to this one so that we only have to worry about one more excavation to get access to this building location. Alright, so we're just about out of money, but we're off to a pretty good start in terms of giving our guys what they need to be effective in the field and prepping the base for later building. Let's go ahead and continue scanning. Alright, that'll help with all of our engineering costs. And actually, if we wanted to save even more money on the things we just bought, like the medical kit and the scope, we could have waited for this workshop to be built, and that would have even been a more efficient use of our money. A good rule of thumb in general is just to not buy stuff until the mission starts. That way you get the most advantage possible out of facilities that might get built between when you buy the stuff and when you actually need it. So, you know, in reality, I probably would have been better off waiting to buy that medical kit and that scope until that workshop was done, but it's not going to make a huge difference because neither one of those things was particularly expensive. But when you start talking about things like satellites and armor and other pieces of equipment that are worth a lot more money, the need to wait on those things becomes much more pressing. All right, so we get a new research. We're actually making pretty good progress here. So we got nano weave. That'll make our guys a little tougher to kill, which could be cool. All right, so now we're actually getting prompted to do the xenobiology. So at that point, I'd say, we've delayed long enough. Let's let this important thing happen and kind of move the story along and get the game kind of off to a proper start.
I expected that would be a priority research task, Commander. I'll begin allocating resources to the project immediately.
All right. Okay. So the other thing that's good about this time passing, which you can see here real quickly, is that a lot of our soldiers now are healthy. So all of our guys who were wounded have regained their health, so now we actually have some choices about who goes on what mission. And so some of our more experienced guys will get the opportunity to participate that they wouldn't have necessarily gotten before. It's always good to have good options and be able to pick and choose who you send on what mission. So good times there. And let's just fire up the scanner and get to the point where we're actually going on a mission.
Commander, we're receiving a transmission from the Council. Coming on screen.
Okay, so this is our first Council mission, which is usually some kind of rescue operation. So one of our scientists in a remote location has information about the aliens. We need to recover them. So this is going to be a extraction mission. Usually when you get the first mission from the Council, it's because somebody's in trouble and they need to be rescued. So the circumstances of that will vary from playthrough to playthrough, but almost always it'll be this scenario where you're basically going in to find a civilian and get them out unharmed. And as you can see, the rewards from this are pretty substantial. 118 and a panic reduction plus scientists. So, I mean, all in all, this is something that's going to be really to our advantage to do, and we definitely want to do that sooner rather than later. So let's just go ahead and launch the mission.
Excellent. We look forward to seeing your progress.
Okay, so given that this is a really important mission, I think what we may need to look at doing is bringing all leveled up or all designated participants for this. And what I mean by that is, I would say under normal circumstances, bring a rookie on every mission to give them the opportunity to level up. But I think given how important a mission this is, we may want to just go with our best units for this one. I'm noticing that our corporal actually was not automatically selected. I'm thinking that's probably something I want to change. So let's first figure out who we're going to take on this mission. We just clear everybody, and we'll actually select our units by hand. Okay. Yeah, so I think we definitely want this leveled up heavy. We want them on the mission for sure with their frag grenade. That's fine. We definitely want our support in there. And let's edit them and give them a slightly different loadout. Let's give them the medical kit in case that's needed. And the rest of that's fine. All right, so we've got a heavy support. I'm thinking probably another heavy and a sniper, or perhaps both snipers. Although our snipers really aren't leveled up enough that they're going to be consistently useful. I think I'm going to go with the heavy. Well, you know what? Let's go for full diversity. Let's go for the full diversity of abilities and bring the assault and a sniper. So we'll bring the assault with their frag grenade, and let's bring a sniper. How about you? And we'll give you your scope attachment to improve your aim. Alright, so sniper, assault, heavy, and support. Yeah, let's go with this. This is a nice, well-rounded group. Everybody got some level up potential, and we are a little safer not taking any rookies because there's so much at stake in this mission. So let's go for it.
Touching down.
Brazilian authorities have requested our help, so that's where we're going next. The Council believes Dr. Marizuki's research to be extremely valuable. They're requesting we escort him safely to the evac point. Big Sky will be in position to make the pickup at the other end of the facility. New objective received.
Okay, so we need to go into this environment. We've actually already identified our rescued, or our...
My efforts here have been focused on studying the alien flight paths, in the hopes of determining exactly where it is they came from.
So this is the unit we need to protect and rescue and get to the drop zone. But obviously that will be the next episode, since this is already getting a little bit long. But I am not exactly sure when the next episode of this will be done. I can say for sure that I will do another episode so as not to leave everybody hanging on this. But at the same time, I've noted that the response to this series hasn't been particularly strong. So I'm going to kind of let demand dictate when the next episode is produced. I think that's just what makes the most sense for me, given some of the other things that I need to spend my time working on and taking care of. If people discover this series and they decide that it's something that they want to see more of, and there's enough feedback on it to warrant another episode being made, that'll motivate me to do that much faster. Otherwise, it'll probably just be a case of when I get around to it, I get around to it. But as of right now, my intent is to continue with this whenever time allows and it's practical. But as I said, given the sort of minimal response to it thus far, I'm not sure that it's necessarily the best way for me to spend my time as far as creating content goes. But I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are. By all means, let me know if you are. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all those good things. Those are the things that help me know that this is something people want to see. So until next time,